Outdoor School, hosted by Fen Tigers, the first of this Champions League qualifiers.
I would like to remind everyone to be quiet while the ball is played and switch off the mobile phone. Lyon starts with the ball. Center.
So Lyon against Brussels in our first match from Group B, and it will be Lyon who will get us underway in their marooned shirts, going from right to left. Brussels in all white, and that first throw from Kadat Boualia on that right side is straight into the path of Yes Uni. Throws the first for Brussels. So a tempo start in terms of the throwing power, and here is Uni.
It looks like they're not looking to settle into the game, they're looking to go hard straight away.
Boualia with their efforts. Lyon Mapreni in the centre for Brussels. International player. Belgium competed in London 2012 and Tokyo 2020 Paralympic Games. Certainly want to try and keep an eye on this man Uni, who had the taste of the Paralympics, of course, last summer. Feels like it was 10 seconds ago, the Paralympics. And now competing in the Champions League in Peterborough.
You go from Paris to Peterborough. Who wouldn't want to?
And that one squeezes through.
They found the legs of the centre there, and it just flicked up. It's one of those ones where you need to get your strong legs out and shoot them. When you're exposing a little bit of a gap like that, it's always going to be going in.
Gets things going then for Brussels. Group B has its first goal of the weekend. That one's blocked down the centre. Thomas Martins Ramos in the centre for Lyon, fizzing it at the goal scorer.
Brussels team were asking for a high ball on that, and I would agree with them. They got away with that one.
With the efforts, is blocked by Lyon. That one's a really awkward bouncing effort. That's the second of the game. Brussels flying out the traps. They are 2-0 up, just over 2 minutes gone.
He's got that power for that first bounce, the net carried it through the speed, and it flipped through. Yes, just finding the back of the net there.
That one is blocked away.
A very quiet shot coming in there. It looked like it had nearly deceived him there.
So our two referees, Robert Avery and Tiago Oliveira. Robert Avery just checking the shoelaces.
Both teams able to take this quick little break now, early in the game, just to know where they're at. See what movement shots that Brussels can bring into it. Looks like the wingers finding the centre, they're having a bit of conversation to see where they need to be. He's asking the centre just to move to his right, or his left, sorry, giving him a bit more of the court just to work with.
Well, it was Alexander Almeida who just needed to tie his shoelaces back on the way. And that's another really good bouncing effort from Uni.
Brussels looking at having that heavy first bounce.
Boualia responds, and that fizzes across the court. That one is blocked. So just a reminder that Brussels, from perspective on the live stream and from the stands, throwing from left to right. Lyon throwing from right to left. Lyon in the dark maroon coloured tops, with Almeida throwing now, moving from that far side down the centre. That's blocked by Lyon Mapreni, who scored the second goal for Brussels. is a high ball, so currently a chance now for Brussels to add a third. Just over 3 minutes gone.
Looks like the Lyon player, oh no, he's going back. He's set himself up ready.
And saved, good work from...
A very good block. I think the scouting worked well for Lyon there. They knew where the penalty was going to go to. He set himself up there and just made himself big and wide.
And a timeout called by Brussels while they're 2-0 up. And a chance missed to go 3 up. Just taking a moment to pause and to regroup and regather.
Yeah, Brussels need to forget about that penalty miss and just move on with the game now. I think the timeouts to give them a bit of a direction, see what they're doing, because they're going well, but see what sort of direction they have. But they've also given the chance for their opponents to now regroup as well in the timeout, and giving them not wasting or burning the timeout early in the first half.
They're after the timeout, first goal scorer of the game. Right, efforts that is out and Bouillier sporting tracksuit bottoms, quite as colour coordinated with the maroon top. But, that one is just past Bouillier.
It looks like they might be using him as the target point for this few minutes now, but the big fella is very agile, and he does shoot the ball very well.
Alexander Almeida, a sleeveless top, goes towards the left pocket. That was fired in at Bouillier. As I mentioned, getting through a lot of defensive work. Check Uni, his left shoelace just needs to be retied, so we've just got a free stoppage in play. So Brussels 2, Lyon 0.
Is that our second shoelace that needed to be redone? I think some people need to learn how to double knot.
Effort that's wide of the mark. The efforts. Fisting towards Jamal from Bouillier, who's got through a lot of work so far in this first half.
Yeah, it looks like there's a player warming up on the Lyon bench. I wouldn't be surprised if they are looking to make a substitution for him. Give the big fella a couple minutes just to conserve his energy.
Oh, that's a good effort. That's equally good save. The centre of the courts mopped up by Clisson Mapreni, Belgium international player, his experience.
it's going to be hard to beat him in the middle today. He's got a wealth of experience playing the sport for so long.
Plenty of goals so far in our opening 2 matches. This one, a little bit more tighter. After 2 games, Mina top of the goal scoring rankings. Switching it from that far side, just trying to nestle that ball into that far corner of the goal, from right to left.
The winger had it covered, but it was a very good effort down there. It was just wide.
Rooney just mixing it up from the centre of the court this time, trying to go towards that right pocket. Oh, and that is a goal for Lyon. That really just gives them a little bit of confidence here. Their first of the Champions League. And it is 2-1. And it is Karaboualia, who has put a lot of effort into this first half, who's on the score sheet.
He has put a lot of effort in, and he's sticking in that game really well. As a fellow big guy himself, he's doing it for us.
Almeida with that throw. Kisson plenty now with the effort. It's a bouncing effort that's booted away. That's Martins.
A very strong stop, and he knew he was getting that ball out.
In the left pocket by Boulia and Amos Martins.
Looks like Boulia's shot is hitting it with more action now.
Cleared away. So just a reminder, this is Group B. We've got Lyon, Brussels, Os and Fen Tigers. Of course, the hosts. Oh, and that is a beautiful pinpoint precision throw right into that bottom right corner. And from 2-0 down, it is 2-2.
I'm just re-watching that goal now. It was a very pinpoint effort, as Boulia as well. I did say his shooting is with more action and more venom right now. He's getting confidence into this game. They might have angered the big fella.
So Uni looking to respond for Berlin. That one looked like initially it was just squeezing through, but it just trickles out towards this near side of the court. Well, that seems to have maybe just broken up Brussels a little bit. To find themselves 2-0 up. So just over 4.5 minutes remaining of this first half. It is 2 apiece. We can't separate the 2 teams.
They like to see that ball out there. That's two same blocks in a row, and you don't mind them.
Is blocked by Karaboualia. Goals for him in this first half.
And that one straight down the middle. That's not what he was aiming for, but you want to just ease yourself back in after scoring a goal. You don't want to score a goal every single shot. It'd be nice to, but we know it's not realistic.
Well, plenty of support coming for the teams on our live stream. Les Lyonnais. So support for Lyon. There's Karaboualia, 360-degree throw, giving it everything down the centre. Talked about the effort that he's put in, Karaboualia, but that second finish in particular as clinical as Uni. Timeout has been called here by Lyon.
It's a game of runs this now. Can Belgium now go, or Brussels now go on a bit of a run, putting Lyon on the back foot, or can Lyon carry on with this run that they're on at the minute and keep Brussels guessing where they're going to be going next? Burley just needs to rein his shot in, and he's hitting the middle on the last couple. He needs to be hitting the pockets or hitting the wings now. He just needs to take a couple shots, get his orientation, see where he is on the court. You can get a bit happy when you've scored a couple goals, but sometimes it goes against you.
So Lyon have a 4-team squad. Felix Vargas is on the bench for Lyon. Back underway, thrown from right to left. Either with that effort, that maroon sleeveless top that he was wearing, with a black bandage just going across his left elbow. That effort, that's a test. So, two cross-court efforts at each other. Just over 3 minutes remaining between Lyon.
I'll tell you what, back in my day, I would not want to be wearing a sleeveless top on a court like this. The amount of court burns I would have got. He's a brave man.
Really just leaning on that far post. Right at Clisson. And we're just going to have a brief stoppage here, just retaping the court. So third game of the day in EGCA Champions League. Win so far for Northern All Stars and Old Power. Right into the midriff, going cross court from Uni. Almeida now with the efforts, slings it towards that far side of the court.
It looked like he was looking for a little bit of a skippy bounce there, but it just fizzed out at the end and it just lost its pace.
The efforts, he got the ball rolling this morning. First goal for Brussels of the game. So Benny, and that is a beautiful crisp finish into that left pocket. Benny is now into the scorebox.
He picked his target and he executed quite well on that one. He knew where he was aiming for. And he went through the legs of the winger there.
Uni just taking a moment to pause. He's just standing slightly right of centre of his goal. Goes towards that left pocket. And slips up that throw, and Almeida gives it a good hurl down the court, and that one's blocked out as well.
The Brussels team are one of the teams that like to talk a bit when they're playing. You don't really think that they're talking too much action, but within inside their team, they know what they're saying to each other. They just have that understanding.
Uni now with the efforts. Really put some power and rhythm behind that one, aiming for that right pocket. He's already scored one in this first half, right into that bottom left corner of the Brussels goal. And he was right there and behind it. It's a decent effort. It's just fizzes wide of the near post by Uni.
Uni wanted that one. He wanted that to go in. He exclaimed after that.
Final minutes of this first half. And that just trickles towards the goal line, and it's a combination.
Great scrambling effort from the Lyon team to keep that off the goal line.
Martin's Ross and Almeida doing well to keep that from going over the goal line. So it's a tight first half, just one goal between the two teams. 3-2 to Brussels with just over 30 seconds remaining, and that one squeezes through. That's a ball, and that's Clisson again.
He was looking for the hands and he hit the hands and it just flicked into the goal. Great execution from Clisson there.
Well, this next phase, this next throw important. Can Brussels just hold on to that advantage, that 2-goal lead? He's blocked by Penny, so he's scored, he saves. Dubbing movement now from Uni. Shot comes in from Jalal, and he's saved. Uelia grabbed one just before the break, he can't, and this should be that now for the break. There we go, half time. And there was just 1 goal in it for a few minutes, but that 4th goal for Brussels just before the half-time break could just give them an extra push.
I mentioned earlier on in the game, it's a game of runs, and Brussels went on their little run at that end to push it up to a 2-goal lead, and that's what they needed there.
So half-time here in our 3rd game of the day, Group B, our first match from Group B. To Brussels at half-time. Goal just before the break, just giving them a good advantage.
It'll be interesting to see if Lyon makes some substitutions now. The big fella is playing well. Brussels were trying to target him for a long time and they weren't getting too much out of him. I think Brussels figured out that they need to keep the ball away from him and then bring the ball back and see if he's still awake on defensive actions, because they got that, I think they got that third goal through his legs from doing that, hitting wing on the opposite side and then bringing it back to him.
Well, we are all trying to make this the most accessible goal ball event. And Zap Vision are proud to team up with Fen Tigers to bring accessible QR codes to this European Goalball Champions League. They are throughout the venue, and you'll find various accessible QR codes to help guide you and your teams through the venue and share information like the lunch and cafe menus. You can take advantage of Zap Vision whilst here at the event. And if you are making your way to Arnold School today or throughout the weekend, make sure you have Zap Vision downloaded on either on the App Store or on Google Play. And Golfix Sports are the lead sponsor of the EGCA Champions League 2025 here at Arundel School. Golfix have supported Goalball over the years, so we're proud to have as the lead sponsor. Golfix Sports are a specialist supplier of disability sports equipment like LED goals. Well, I've had the pleasure of covering the Golfix Cup a number of times in the years I work with all the players, providing the eye shades as well as the goals. So a huge thank you to all our sponsors who helped to put this event together.
Golfix are one of those sponsors that have really elevated the sport as well. I've been in it for 15 years now, and I can really see the difference with before Golfix and with Golfix. Just the level of competition that we're able to put on in this country now and bring these high class tournaments into this country is a really great feat. And it's all the staff and the FEN staff that have been able to put this tournament on as well. They've thought about everything so far, it looks like.
So substitution there for Lyon. Vargas has come on for Lyon. So in this second half, Brussels will be throwing from right to left, with Lyon from left to right. And what a start! That had everything. Ready, fizzing it off the court, and it's planted into the back of the net. Well, they've just picked up from where they left off at the end of the first half now.
I don't know what defender that could have been on that one. It was always going to go in the back of the net. That had one action, and that was goal.
So 5-2 for the first time in this game. There is a sizable gap that is now opened up. Brilliant, stretching for that one.
Sent the centre the wrong way as well, so the centre just needs to settle himself back into the second half now, get a decent stop on his body and give himself some confidence.
Well, Felix Vargas has come up to replace Alexander Almeida.
And that was a really good stop by the centre there, gathered the ball really well.
Oh, and that squeezed through, and the substitute has made his mark inside the first minute. Felix Vargas gets on the score sheet.
They're taking that foothold away from Brussels there. They're trying to chip away at this now.
Bouncing effort. Oh, and that just goes over the top of Martin Ramos and into the back of the net. And just like that, an instant response from Brussels. They lead by 6-3 now.
They're talking this over now and they're looking to see what they can do. A little bit of a fake run up. Strong bouncing effort there. Brussels get to take the ball again as the ball went out just after the high ball line.
First goal scorer of the game. Well, gets an effort up there down this left side, and who's that scorer? Martin Ramos. He was so pumped after that goal, the substitute. Down the centre. Martin Ramos with that save. There's Peterborough. A lot of work, and that one's a net that really skips off the court.
Yeah, he's looking for that low skippy bounce to see if he can catch a body, see if he can catch a bit of that extremity to flick it up and go in the back of the net. But Brussels are playing quite far back on the line, so they know it's going to just bounce out.
Uni, wow, that is a real bouncing ball that really digs into the court. Flight time. That one is blocked, so it's a response by very good thinking to try and catch out Felix Vargas, who would move from that centre position with that gap that was potentially opening up on the near side, but that was blocked brilliantly. The effort from the far side of the court towards the centre. It was also saved. Gleason Mapreni. Brilliant first goal in that second half. It went in at pace, and now here is Ramos with the efforts. He gets a save off, he's back into position quickly. Here's Martin Ramos, and a timeout has been called.
3 minutes gone in the second half, and it looks like they're looking to make that timeout just to talk things over, see where the players' heads are at. If anyone needs to make a substitution, it's one of those sports where you got to be honest with yourself. If you're tired and you need a substitution, you're either going to let your team down by not sitting for a couple of minutes, and you can bring someone with high quality off the bench to help steady the ship as well. But Brussels are looking to push on with this lead.
That one is just a fraction wide of that far side of the court. Just slightly crouching underneath the crossbar, pushes it down the centre of the court. Throwing from right to left. That one is out from the outset.
Yeah, that didn't release from his hands as he wanted to. It looked like he stubbed that into the floor, and that always hurts your fingers after you've done that.
So opportunity here for Lyon to have another go.
Slight miscommunication there from Brussels. Looked like they didn't know which one was going to go for it.
Already one goal to his name so far this morning. Start of this second half.
A very strong stop there from the centre. So he did well to get back down. Cleveland was looking for that quick return.
The efforts. That one squeezed through. Yes, it does. An important moment that for Lyon. That gap is now reduced to 2.
Now can Lyon take this and go on a bit of a run with it?
With another goal to his name, and as I mentioned, now they just starting to build up some momentum. Important first block straight after the goal.
Very important first block after that.
Squeeze one through. Oh, good save. Well, he flung both legs at it.
It was a very close effort there. I think Lyon have their target right now, and that's hitting that left wing from their perspective.
So here is Plenty. Can't get it past Williat. Moving to his right. Encouragement coming from the player. Gus pushes that long ball line and does concede. A long ball, well, there was a frantic nature to that throw, really, from Kanabu.
Yeah, it looked like he couldn't get his feet from underneath him there, and he took an extra couple of steps to what he actually wanted to do, which led to the long ball there.
Oh, no messing about there from Uni. Mentality and Frenchman.
Took it very fast, took it on play, he knew where he needed to hit.
7-4 to Brussels, just as Lyon think they can really start to try and squeeze that pressure. They find themselves 3 goals down once again, and there is Martins Ramos.
Brussels are trying to make sure that Lyon can't get back into this game.
So that apologies, Felix Vargas with that effort down this near side. And that's right into the path of Jamal. And that's through. Down the centre of the court. And resignation really there from Martins Ramos, who was a bit frustrated with that one as it just skidded over the top of the number 7. And that's an 8th now for Brussels.
Went through the Lyon centre's hands and it just flicked, and then it took an awkward bounce just after. Normally you want to be able to meet that ball on those skippy ones, and he came back a little bit and he just misorientated for the defensive block.
Approaching the final quarter of the match. Timeout has been called. So who are our 2 players we're going to go for then? Player of the match, kind of Bouillia probably up there.
I think he's got to be within the mix, and Clayson as well. They're the 2 players that stand out to me right now. Une as well. He's been throwing in some really good shots and being really strong on defensive efforts. He stretched that one, he wanted it. He wanted a fast-paced shot there, but he just lifted his hand, which then lifted the ball over the long ball line. This is going to be a big stop if he can get this block. It might turn the game.
He does get the block in. Yeah, well, not only goals, but big saves. So the score remains as it is, 8-4 to Brussels as we approach that final quarter.
Vargas is looking like he's wanting to score this goal. But just hits the body. It's not quite where he was aiming for.
Now getting through some more work there. Plenty of the effort. He's blocked by Uni.
It's so tempting to gather that ball on a quick return.
So he's out for Brussels. And he's really waiting to come on, the number 7. So into the final quarter, then Niall. We're going to go with Bouillia and Replenny as our 2 picks.
I think they're the 2 front runners for it. So
The poll is now live. Get voting.
Burley has stayed in this game really well. They've targeted him and he's been able to handle it quite well.
Team penalty.
It was a very late timeout call, a substitution call for that, and I think they may have forgot how long was left on the clock.
What I love there is there were so many looks around the court going, oh, 10 seconds, but you spotted it straight from the back.
You always have to keep that time in check. You only have 10 seconds that ball needs to cross halfway, and they had about 8 seconds on before they called that substitution.
Moments and a big save. Goodness me, that's one of the best saves you've seen out of those first 3 games.
That was a big block. He was at full stretch, ready to take that.
Outstanding. Well, Felix Vargas gave it absolutely everything. That was an awkward effort and into the back of the net.
This is where a strong block can give you the confidence, and that's what he wanted. He got that strong block, he got the penalty, the other team thinking about it, and he just slotted it over the centre.
Lyon Mapreni once again, while he is leading a good distance in our player of the match poll, and perhaps another to his name. Leo with that save. Been impressed by him so far.
We'll get to the stage of the game now where the shots can be a bit slower, giving away a bit of a sloppy penalty there, Burlea, but can he come back through this one now? He made the last block.
So a chance now for Brussels to go into double digits. Beautifully placed, Steely. Deceiving. And it's a 10-goal lead now for Brussels. Well, we've mentioned it a couple of times, but one shift he has put in, he's going to be on the wrong side of the result as it currently stands, but he is, if we see more of that performance throughout this competition, he's going to have a good sleep tonight.
Yeah, definitely. He should be proud of how he's played. He's made a couple of defensive errors, but he's offensively wise. He's the person that's gave Lyon the spark to keep in this game.
Oh, that's a high ball against Martins Ramos. And you mentioned earlier, Niall, just as we're getting into these closing stages now of the game, just those mistakes creeping, a bit of fatigue creeping in.
Yeah, Lyon are trying to push to see and just ignite something to get back into this game, and they're just pushing it a bit too far.
No mistake from Lyon. That's another to his name.
Lison's a sharpshooter when it comes down to penalties. There's not many of them that can stop his penalties.
So the boats are coming in fast and plenty. Active from distance. And, word on the Belgium international, of course, completed at London 2012 and Tokyo 2020. Great performance.
Yeah, he's one of the Longsteads in the Belgium team, and he just sticks around, and rightly so. The talent is still there, and I think he's not too old as well. He came into sport really young, and he's just developed through it really well. He came in as one of the young lads, and now he's leading the Belgium national squad.
Well, it is Lyon who is going to come off, and Olya Mapreni is going to get onto the court for the first time in the EGCA Champions League.
Yeah, I think Lison's earned his rest on the bench there. He's put, like Burley has done, he's put a good shift in. It's just that Lison's on the positive side of the result at the moment, so he can sit down happy and gets a good 5 minutes of rest.
So Brussels will be up against Aus in their next game. Lyon up against the host Fen Tigers. Oh, that one's just over the top on the crossbar. Well, we'll talk about defensive work and not just laying flat on the court, raising that body arc just to try and almost create a ramp to get over the top of the crossbar. Nicely done.
I know they met the ball quite nicely, and if you watch the Lyon centre, he's not low to the ground. When he's meeting the ball, he's up in the air and he's trying to attack it. It's what you want to do.
Lyon's knocked down the centre. Uni's moved into that centre role. Brussels to enter into the final 4.5 minutes.
It looked like if that hit and stayed on court, that was a goal. That wing was exposed and open there.
Vargas, oh, that's a ripper of a finish from Felix Vargas.
Great finish there. He knew his movement shot was coming across the court, and then they didn't know that it was going to be him taking that.
So after a game in that first half where it was really tight, just one goal in it for a few minutes, and to right at the end of that first half, well, this game has really opened up. It is 11-5 in the final 4 minutes. Towards that right pocket.
And you see the wingers backing up the centre as well. They were right behind them just in case it gets flicked, and they were ready to clear it up. Goalball is one of those sports where you hear people make these little noises, and the little noises are a reason. They're just letting their teammates know where they are.
Oh, that's a beauty. Mooney, pace, precision, perfection for Mooney. And that is now 12 up for Brussels.
Cleason handed the ball over to Uni, and he did Cleason things for him.
On the far side. So it comes in from Felix on the near side of the court. Oh, a long ball against, well, yeah, Matreni. It's going to be Martins Ramos. There's the ball in the centre of the court.
Quickly, he's looking at going a cross-court effort. No, he's trying to stuck it in down the line.
And finds the back of the net. Well, it's a good reply from Lyon.
Looked like he took his whole body to tip that one wide around the corner.
On that far side, and the throw follows quickly from Felix Vargas.
Lyon really like that dummy run, trying to throw the opponent off.
And a timeout has been called by Lyon, 2.5 minutes. Well, our first game from Group B. So far, so good for Brussels against Lyon. Also against Fen Tigers to follow. Anticipation in the stands for Fen Tigers as the hosts. First match of the day. Same for us as well, of course. At the moment, it's going to be Brussels who are going to top Group B in the very early stages. And that one, well, it just hits the outside of the post.
Looks like Lyon are looking for a substitution now.
going to be Bourlier who's going to come on. Martin de Ramos comes off. So Bourlier, let's just recharge the batteries and we'll come on for the final 2 minutes and 21 seconds.
You can see it just before Bourlier went off. His shot speed was dwindling, so he needed that couple minutes rest. Now they're bringing him back on. They're probably going to load him up with some shots to see how many goals they can pull back and protect the goal difference.
Well, there was plenty of talk before this game about this day that there could be goals, and we've certainly had them. 12-6 so far to Brussels. 18 in the first game, 20 in the second, 18 again in this third game.
And Lyon aren't looking to leave at 18. They're looking to push this and bring it back into. I'd say they're looking to bring this back within 3.
Here's a long ball. He slipped, it looked like, just as he threw it there.
It did. I think he slipped on the rotation because his centre was making a couple claps, so he had to readjust his timing for the ball release. Because in goalball, you can't be making any noise when the ball's released. You've got to give that defensive team a fair chance.
So here is Uni. Just drops it slightly on the court. Just go down the centre. Well, yeah. Matches him. Was his bluff?
He let Bourlier off there, hitting straight down the middle. It's one of the goals that one of the shots you don't want to do as a penalty shaker is straight down the middle. It's just letting the defender drop.
That one is blocked, and it's a quick reply by Vargas. Well, he had one cannoning in off the inside of the post. In the second half, tried his luck again.
Vargas is looking for the tempo of the game, trying to push it now.
He's attempted to squeeze through the right pocket, can't find a way through. Frenchman. Great experience, of course, out at the Paralympics last summer. One is blocked. Benny.
Strong block to the chest. Nice to see it out. Brussels is taking their time, just extending the clock out a bit, just seeing the game out. Brussels have always been really good with clock management.
So 20 seconds or so now as the clock ticks down. Brussels on course now to start their campaign by being top of Group B.
I think Lyon showed a strong effort in this last quarter of the game just to steady the ship and make sure that they are defending the ball well. I think the winger got away with a high ball at the end of that, but the clock had already expired.
Well, Group B is underway, and it is Brussels who top Group B after defeating Lyon by 12 goals to 6. And I can confirm the player of the match is Son Mafredi.
Excellent opening game for Clisson. He did what he had to do. He scored the goals and defended well. Yeah, you can't really ask for much more in your opening game. Get 3 points on the board and then move on to your next one.
So we'll just take a brief pause. We'll swiftly move on to our fourth game of the day and our second match in Group B. They will host against Fen Tigers. Next.